G'day guys, welcome back to Rides for Days. In this episode I am removing the heat shield from the Sport Glide and I'm going to install black heat shields. Why am I doing this? Well, it's a little bit of a project that I've started and my ambition is to black out the bike a fair bit more than it is. The reason for that is that it seems to be a little bit of a confused mess of like chrome and black. And what I mean by that is you've got this chrome fender support and black rear crash bar and black saddlebag, and it kind of just butts up against each other. And then you've got the chrome heat shields against the black tips of the Reinhardt slip-on, and then you've got your black frame and black front crash guards. And then when you move around this side, obviously you've got the black, this side here, the black floorboards, and then you've got the chrome. And sometimes the chrome accents and the black accents kind of look good, but I want to overall black the bike out. Not completely black it out, but black it out more than it is. So I've got a bunch of things that I've bought from Harley Davidson that I'm going to gradually install on the bike. I've never changed heat shields before, but it does look pretty simple. I thought, well, I'm just learning all this shit and I'm not, an expert at all, but I'm just having a go. And then maybe if you were going to do the same thing, well, you might as well watch me do it and you might pick up something and whatever. So, but this job looks pretty simple. First of all, let's roll the intro and then let's look at what we need. So the items that you're going to need for this particular project, some instructions, the heat shields. I've got a screwdriver to remove these Jubilee clips, but I don't know whether I'm being ambitious there. They might be a bit hard to get off, in which case, yeah, I might have to use a drill maybe. I'll see how I go, but for now I'm just going to do that. And also a cup of tea. You can drink a beer while you're doing it, but I'm a bit of a tea man, so that's what I'll be doing. Heat shields, screwdriver, cup of tea, instructions, Sport Glide. Let's get into it. Rightio guys, so first things first, let's take these heat shields off. I've decided I'm going to use a socket, a wrench with a normal screwdriver tip on the end. It's a 1/4 inch drive that I'm using, and I tried doing it with a screwdriver and it wasn't liking it, so I'm going to use this. All right, so let's unscrew these Jubilee clips, by the way. They're just in behind there. You can see it's a hose clamp or a Jubilee clip, whatever you want to call it. Hose clamp in there, and then there's a bunch of hose clamps. Let me have a look. There's a hose clamp in there, and then there's a couple of hose clamps along. So there's about two hose clamps for this section of shield, 2 hose clamps there, and then 2 hose clamps there. So first of all, let's get the hose clamps off. Rightio, that is this one off. Now, as you can see, there's 2 hose clamps there and a hose clamp there, and basically it'll be the same process when we put the black one back on, and it'll go on like that. But all right, let's move on to the next part of it. I can't quite get at this hose clamp here because it's underneath the air filter. So I'm just going to remove this housing so I can access this easier. Okay guys, just a T27 Torx bit. on a 1/4 inch drive socket. All right, that's the air filter out of the way. Let's get on with removing this hose clamp. All right, that is the last one off. There's those 2 hose clamps there. All right, so that's what the bike looks like with the heat shields on. Cool. All right, let's go and replace them with the black ones. I'll just mention as well, I've got new hose clamps. I went to Bunnings and grabbed them today. I think they were, I don't know how much they were each. I don't know, I want to say like $20 odd or something. I'll take a look at the receipt and put it up on the screen. And I'll also put up on the screen what the black shields cost. I think roughly around 400 for the shields and about $20 odd for the hose clamps. Cool. All right, so back in front of the bike. So I've installed the Jubilee clips / hose clamps on the back of the heat shields, and I've tried to do it in such a way that maybe I'll try and keep the hose clamps kind of hidden when I'm finished. But yeah, all right, let's get them on. Alrighty, so we're getting there. It's starting to look good. Looking nice, black in black. Alright, let's get this last bit on. I'll just quickly show you what I'm doing. So as you can see, it's the 2 pipes, well, you can see it there, the 2 pipes, 1 and 2, and then this one. So it's a little bit awkward. You've got to get this top hose clamp into the top one, and then this bottom hose clamp into this bottom pipe underneath. I just kind of know it's awkward to see, but so I'm just going to muck around and get this in, and then I will start tightening up the hose clamps. All right, and that is the job done, guys. The black heat shields on the Sport Glide. And I'll tell you what, it looks pretty cool. I've got a way to go to get this bike as black as I want it to be, but that's a pretty bloody good start. Of course, I'm going to be changing out the transmission cover and the cam cover in the next few weeks, so I'll do a video about each of those and I'll bring you along again. I'm actually going to have to take all this off again anyway, but I just couldn't resist doing it. It looks pretty cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's part 1 of the Rides for Days Sport Glide blacking out video, whatever you want to call it. That's it for part 1, and I'll see you again in part 2. Cheers!